opportunities to interact and to engage with the community. So if public spaces are successful, they're inclusive of the diversity of groups present in our cities, and they create social space for everyone in the society to participate in. Of course, there are many factors that contribute to successful public space. Of course, the urban planning, some kind of public art, erasing the borders between in and outside, between private and between public, and of course, adding the new functions for all people's use where they can feel comfortable. So I would start with some questions. On those questions, we tried to answer in our project. What is the recipe for effective public space? How do public space evolve? What new uses do they serve? What are the city dwellers' expectations with respect to public spaces and how? How can public authorities address them? What governance structures must we implement? Why and how do cities invest in public spaces? What innovations and good practices can inspire us as architects in designing them? So I will show you today example of Skatepark in Maribor in Slovenia. It was a deprived urban space in surroundings that gets new social and cultural programs and become new communication point and generator of new happening. So first of all, I would like to say, what was our approach? Our studio was formed on the basis of teamwork and in an atmosphere of enthusiasm and friendship. We are two women fighting in architecture in mostly men's world. So we try to make every project with its own soul. We try to find background. We try to make identification through the specific site logic, function and form. And that gives us the insight and ability to create contemporary architecture which harmonizes with the local environment. This is a approach that is very, very important to us. So about the whole approach, we try to redefine the relationships between culture, environment, structure, and space. We take inspirations from visions of the future and traces of the past. Our approach is to find the most appropriate concept and try to create a new value. Sometimes it is a redesign, and sometimes it is a research undertaking. So sometimes it's an evolution, and sometimes a revolution. Now I would like to say some words about skate parks as architectural objects, because they are very specific. They are not different to other sport arts. Skateboarding does not have particular standardized form, and that gives the designer, the architect, the freedom of expressing its own creativity. But at the same time, there are some standardized rules that have to be followed regarding set distances between skating elements. There are three categories of designing a skate park: bowl, street plaza, and flow. In this picture, you see bowl. Bowl imitates moving in the abandoned swimming pools. That was the beginning, how skateboarding was born in abandoned swimming pools in California in the 60s. Skaters can move around without stepping down off the board. You can see it as a traditional element that is called half pipe. Bowl has mostly depth between 90 and 360 centimeters. Then we have other two forms. One is street plaza. This is a discipline where skaters imitate moving on the streets in the urban surrounding. They make tricks at the various elements, and this is not so fast moving as in the bowls. So they have to also to step down to push themselves to gain speed. Then we have flow park that joins the elements of both models together. In well-designed flow park, a skater can make as well tricks and is also able to skateboard on the rounded walls like water pipes without putting his foot down. So here you can see an insertion from the technical directions. There are some European standardized normatives on which we relied while designing the skate park. Now, let's say some words about Maribor, about Slovenia. Slovenia is a small country between Italy, Austria, Hungary, and Croatia. Maribor is the second largest city in Slovenia. It is located at the crossroads where various important roads converge. It is at the end of the Alps and at the beginning of the Pannonian plain. So this position provides the city a special character. In former country of Yugoslavia, it was very important city, a very important industrial center. And here you can see the red spot is where Skatepark is placed. This is the river that flows into the flatland. This is the local hill Pohorje, where is the end of the Alps. And those are small, gentle hills that are coming to the city from the northern side and are full of vineyards. After the independence of Slovenia, Maribor faced the collapse of the economic system, entailing the departure of more than 1/10 of the population. So in the 19th, the breakout of the industry resulted in the loss of city's identity, which had been built on the rapid growth in previous decades. Marked with dark, there were industrial zones in the city. This is the city, and here is the city center. So as the city grew to the southern slopes of the mountain, you can see it marked with red, away from the city center, many housing neighborhoods were developed in the 70s and in 80s. After the economic collapse of the city, those areas were criminalized, began to be very dangerous and deprived. As a chance to improve the degradation of the environment, the new green recreational zone was planned on the vast green area along the creek that flows through this land. And here is also the position of our skate park. So today, Maribor offers various opportunities of social and sports interchange. It is a historical, industrial, cultural, and economical center of Styria region. And of course, the industrial collapse, deep concern regarding social problems, and somehow artificial maintenance of the public standard are today more or less remembrances of the past, leaving an empty space for a new spirit that would provide the city with an unified and motivational and identity and image. So now let's come to wider area of the location. The area of the intervention is located to the south of the city. Skate Park is a part of the new green spine along the Pekarski Creek that is going through this urban area. So here is the location of the narrow area. We have here a small hill, Pekarska Gorca, and an existing BMX track. In between is new planned recreational zone between urban area of housing blocks. So creation of the green spine at the south of Maribor enables generation of the interactive open public spaces. This project, as the location of intervention was classified as the deprived area, this project was funded by European Union funding for deprived areas. So the concept was living with the landscape and to add new contents along the recreational zone. Now, when we go closer, this is the area of intervention between housing blocks. We can see the zoning of the area. The concept divides the area into 3 zones. Central zone is the clubhouse. It appears as a connecting element between 2 other segments. We have children's playground and new path with landscape design. And in the light gray marked the location where we put the skate park. So the designed area is closed from both sides with housing function. Access to the skate park is from the northern side from connecting road and with already existing public parking facilities. Here we can see it is a placing of skate park and the landscape design. Concept of the open space design. In the western part, we place the skate park. In southeastern part, we connect with the new paths, with the new seating facilities. We connect with the existing playground in the southeastern side. To go wider to the skate park design, design is based on the relief and on the natural features of the existing green area. The shape of the sport facility is designed according to the existing tree fund. So we go in the central part a little narrower. We have two units, plaza and bowl. So plaza or street section is partially following the ground without architectural barriers. It comes from the clubhouse site and it goes from ground zero minus 0.5 to 1.5 into the ground. Then we have bowl or snake run in one part that is located in northwestern part of the area, and this is the quicker part. Here is moving much faster than in the plaza. Here you can see the skate park elements. It was designed according to the European regulations and standards for designing of these sport facilities. And also according to regulations, new public lighting was made and it enables international skating competitions also during daytime with less sunlight. So I have to say that from this year, skateboarding is also an Olympic discipline. So it should be in Tokyo next year for the first time. So if we go to construction now, this skate park is designed as in situ casting of concrete on the spot. During the construction process, the shotcrete technique was used, and this is used for injection of molded concrete with a thickness of concrete of 15 centimeters. This is the first object made with this technique in Slovenia. At the beginning, an excavation was made, and after the excavation, the construction was divided into two segments, in the flat part and the oval part. Each of them were made separately. Now we'll take a look how it was made. So these are the basic excavations that were made. You can see here is the snake run part. What concrete has to be used for foundations? It was C2530, and for riding surfaces, it was C3545. First oval and curved-shaped polygon elements were made with a hand-hardened tampon up to 30 centimeters thickness. You can see it now here. And then concrete C12, C15 was placed on the manufactured shaped curves with a specific radius so that the shaped elements retained in their shape. The shapes of the elements were formed from wooden formwork, which was made from the carpenters. And it was all made with a radius that is standardized. You can see here also the coping. This is called the coping, and it has its own punctual foundations. So this is then from the construction site. This side, the snake run was made first, and then the plaza. Then the final layer of concrete is of quality C3545 and contains additives to prevent freezing and corrosion. The reinforcement is located in the middle of the final layer and has a protective layer of approximately 7 centimeters of concrete. So you can see here these reinforcements that were made. Elements which were designed as ramps, you can see the ramps here, featured a minimum radius of 220 centimeters and were made on the bottom at the junction of the ramp with a flat part of the reinforced concrete slab to allow better passage. Final layer of C3545 quality concrete was laid over the base concrete you see here. So these are some photos from the construction site. You can see here is the coping And here are the oval parts. They were made, the final touch was all made manually. This was all handwork, the final layer. And here you can see this is how coping fits into the oval part. So now we will take a quick look at how the construction was made. So you have seen that in this movie, the oval parts were already made, and then it was time to make also all the flat parts. You see here the northwestern part, the fastest part of the skate park. It is called Snake Run with a deep bowl. So this is the detail, how coping is made. This is coping, and the edge part is called ledge. So now we will see a short movie when already the flat parts were also made. You can see here the green belt, the green area. You can see the housing around, and this is the clubhouse. And here will be made then the landscape design. This is the fast part, the bowl, snake run. And here it is the plaza, the street part. So we also have new public lighting. You can see it marked with red. They enable sports activities and competitions. The whole skate park is designed so that also can host international competitions, can host also Olympic Games if needed. It has all the requirements. Then additional in the southeastern part, we made some landscape design that follows the basic idea of placing skate park as a sports park in green. Materials that we used here are polished concrete, washed concrete, asphalt, and they are then in this eastern part combined with grass concrete pavers. We took them because they enable the soft transition from the pressed surface into the grassy area. In this manner, we tried to blur the boundaries between the green landscape and the new urban landscape, which we artificially create. We also have some new sitting benches here, made from concrete. They rise from ground zero level to the sitting height of 45 centimeters. They are made of polished concrete, and they are also can be used not only for resting, but also as a skate element. And also with BMX, they are driving on them now, and they are very, very good in action. They are located in this rest zone along the new walking paths. So we see here making of those new paths, making of those new benches that go along skate park and along the landscape area. And then when the grass came out, this was the manner how we tried to blur the boundaries between the green landscape and the new urban landscape. So if we say some words about the clubhouse, we have a small clubhouse due to spatial regulations of the green area. We could only build the object to 50 square meters. It contains communication space and service area with toilet facilities for visitors and for employees here. It is used by local skater community and also for referees during various competitions. The metal sheet facade cladding allows holistic solution of uniform monolithic structure. So this is some views of the clubhouse. We extended the sport area of skate park also into this part so that we made as much concrete surfaces as it was possible. So on these flat concrete surfaces, they are having now skateboarding school because they start on the flat land before they dive into the deep, so we could say. So those are images of skate park as was already put in use. We see here the street plaza area with various elements where they make tricks. This is, for example, big haba. This is small haba. This is China wall. They have their particular names. And you can see the benches here around that are also used as a bench or as a skating element, additional skating element. The clubhouse, the existing playground, and then those spots that are connecting all together. So the public lighting enables also sport activities during the nighttime. And now one short movie of the survey, how it's using. You can see this is now the plaza. This is the round bank. And now he goes into the faster part of the skate park. Some impressions now of the use of the skate park. And this is the survey of the whole area. You can see the housing area, the green belt, and now it is already for 1 year in use, and it is very, very attractive. It attracts not only people from the surroundings, they come from all over. Always it's full of people. The deprived area functions now very, very good. It has new quality. You can see the plaza part here with round bank. You can see the benches here and the landscape design in the back, clubhouse in the middle. Here are the stairs as a seating also facility and for jumping. This is the part for skateboarding school. From a landscape design perspective, this is the largest skate park not only in Slovenia, but it is the largest skate park from Vienna to Athens. It generates new public space in a green area. The deprived part of the city gets the new starting point for the regulation of the new recreation zone along the green belt. The new object is a milestone for evolution of a growing skating community in Slovenia. Therefore, this project directly increases the quality of life in the neighborhood, while it also represents an inherent seed for bringing skateboarding to a higher level in the entire region. The project therefore fulfills the objective of an important asset to a city of Maribor by offering citizens a creative social space for yet unexploited opportunities and raises the spirit of the site while engaging the community. For this project, architectural officer Mateja was awarded last year in Belarus with diploma for good realization of the International Association of Eurasian Unions of Architects, and this year with Big C Architecture Award 2020 in the category Landscape Design, and also special mention in German Design Award 2021 in the category Excellent Architecture, Urban Space and Infrastructure. So if we say public space, it's not only about the built environment, it's mostly about relations between us and the built environment. So thank you very much for your attention.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your presentation, Mateja. This was very interesting in terms of a sports facility that is being added. One question comes from me, the first one. This was not a design competition, right? Was it?
No, it was not a competition.
It was an invited project that you have here.
Yes.
Okay. And what about the environment? I mean, was there any other opportunities for people to have to skateboard in the city, or how it changed actually in terms of the social environment, let's say?
On this spot, it was a small elliptical asphalt ground, and it was already before a skate park, but it was very small. It had some prefabricated elements that were made of wood and were made of metal, and they were very, very destroyed already. They were not safe to use. And of course, it was much, much smaller than it is now. So, but the former skate park had some kind of negative connotation in all that surroundings that was partially already so criminalized. Nowadays, it looks like a very nice urban area, like, you know, Scandinavian model. They are making a lot of skate parks now in the Denmark and in Sweden, in Norway. So we try to make like this skate park now invites all kind of generations. You can see very small children with parents. So it is not only for particular generation of people like it was before.
So there was an improvement and in terms of social environment here.
Yes, yes. It somehow it attracts the whole area and it improves the spirit of the whole area.
Okay, thank you very much. That was my own questions, but I would like to ask our participants, our guests, if they have any questions they would like to ask. So if anyone raises hand, we can unmute them as well. There are some. Okay, raise hand from the Göksel Öksüz would like to ask something, but that's why, because I have seen you on the screen. You should be raising your hand with that. Where is that? That small raise hand gesture. Okay, can we open up Göksel's microphone, Serhat?
Is it okay?
Yes, it's good.
Again, thanks for your presentation again.
Thank you.
I want to ask about the function. Maybe you presented your presentation, but maybe I didn't see. Did you choose this function by yourself, or the function was given to you? For example, from a local authority or
yes,
from government?
The function was given to us from the municipality of Maribor.
Okay, specific function.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we have some messages on the chat board. Ömür Hoca, a professor of Yıldız Technical University, thanking. Çiğdem Hoca, Çiğdem Polatoğlu, thanking and saying that has constant effects on public. She says.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? And let me ask it in Turkish as well. Sorusu olan var mı? Sorusunu mesaj kutusuna yazıp İngilizce'ye çevirerek sorma ihtimalimiz de var. Hani açıp İngilizce konuşmaktan çekinen arkadaşlarımız varsa hallederiz yani. Okay. Okay, that's a nice question, by the way. Are you a skateboarder, Mateja? Have you had an experience like that before?
No, I'm not. But we had two very nice young boys, not boys, I mean men, that were helping us. One is Davor Milkovic. He's a skateboarder and also a designer of skate parks. And the other one is Christopher Kahn, Slovenian skateboarder that is already second year Slovenian champion also. And he is also a designer and he also helps building skate parks. So we had very much support in them.
Have you tried it then afterwards?
I tried it as I was younger. My brother was a skateboarder.
Okay, I mean, did you try your own skate park that you have designed?
I tried it by foot.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Well, wait.
Rainwater.
Polat, can we?
I see the question.
You see the question. Okay, if Polat would...
I see the question. It is about rainwater, and we have I'm sorry that I did not put all the floor plans because we made really maybe it's seen somewhere. Or we have the very good draining system. It is located now. I cannot see any. We have here and here and here. We have on seven parts the draining system that is going into the local city draining system then.
So, and also
without draining system you cannot do a good skate park.
Yes,
because it has to function. It has after the rain it has to be as quickly as possible to use it, you know. So it has to dry.
Polat Darchin is one of our associate professors at school. So he is also in materials and components, building components. So he's also asking if there are heat or vision problems due to sun exposure as well.
No, are not. I mean, we have normal climate, not too hot, you know. In summer it's about 30, 35, not more. But the concrete has additions for freezing because we have hard winters in this part.
So the draining system is therefore important as well, I think.
Yes, as well. Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay. Our dean is here. Our dean of the faculty, Gülay Zorergedik. She's also thanking you for the presentation and congratulates you. Ömür Hoca is asking a question. By the way, if you would like to ask in person, yani kendiniz sormak isterseniz eğer, şey yapalım, sesinizi açalım da sorun ister misiniz acaba? Ne oldu? Olmadı. Hocanın sesini açalım mı Ömür Hoca'nın? No, thank you. Çekiniyoruz. Tamam. Peki. Okay. She's asking, do you think that this kind of small touches can change the social atmosphere of cities? I mean, not
I think
only,
yes. You
yeah.
have to try. You cannot always make a huge, huge steps.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it goes with a small step, you know.
Yeah. So
Now,
Like Neil Armstrong said that he went to the moon, you know.
Ömür Hoca is here. Ömür Hocam?
yes, Mirbako is speaking. I'd like to ask from the point of view, social sustainability point of view. It's very important for the cities who lost their former activities for industrial activities or something else.
Yes.
I'm interested in with the social sustainability. That's why I ask these small touches can change the social atmosphere of the city. It's very important for the young people and also their families too.
Yes. And if I show you now just a second that I find it, just a second, it was on the, if we look at the city of Maribor, for example, now when we have quarantine, we are not allowed to go outer of the city limits. And we have a big luck that we live in a city. We have the hill, we have the ski slope in the city. This is what you see is skiing area. Here is skate park. Then we have it, and in summer on the ski area is mountain bike trails, you know. And in this part here we have very nice hiking routes. So from the sport, and now we see it, you know, when we cannot move so regionally or internationally. Now when we are closed inside, we see how good position we have, you know, and how can we very good use it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, there is a hand raised, Neslişah Kesici. Can we open up her?
Aylin Göknur has a question. Is there any European Union standard code?
Yes, I can tell you. It is EN 14974.
Oh.
Shall I write it down as a message?
No, we got it. Right?
I can write it down as a message so you can find it.
Okay.
This is the code, yes.
Okay, thank you. Aylin Göknur was asking. Okay. Neslişah'ın sesini açalım mı?
I have another question for you. I've seen something about stamp is your interest, and do you think there is a connection between your stamp interest and your profession? Is it a kind of success for you?
I'm sorry, I did not hear very good.
Sorry. I've seen that you had some prizes of stamp designs. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you think that there is a connection between your profession and this interest?
Well, I work also, I mean, now not so much because I'm an architect and mother of 3 kids. But before, as I had a little bit more time, I did a lot of graphic design too. So with a friend of mine, we won on competition of Post of Slovenia. We won 12 stamps different. They were made then and they were in use. Stamp design and some corporate identities. And so I think you have always to, you have to think corporately always. I tried to do it, not only as an architect, also, you know, you are designing, you are not designing only a space, only a wall, only a window. You are designing all together. So it has to be not only functional, it has to have also aesthetics. You know, it's like a like a beautiful woman with makeup, without makeup. That's
I see. Yeah. And also in your project Skatepark, it's very clear that you use some urban components as an urban planner. You use many of urban components, social and also I think physical components of urban characters.
Mhm.
And also it's a kind of multifunctional, as you mentioned before. It's your way of multifunctional design skill. Maybe.
We tried so to extend the area that it can be used not only by skaters. And you know, nowadays the modern children, they are not so much alone outside, they are more with parents. So therefore we also made that clubhouse sitting facilities, because parents also come, but not to have ordinary benches. Therefore, we made those benches that can be also used as some kind of skating element or BMX element, you know. So it is very, very good in use. So this is the best somehow what you can get awarded by institutions, but when you get awarded by everyday use, this is something really, really nice to see.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, in all the awards are there as an object, but to see what's happening there and
Yes.
to see the joy of people that
Yes.
are using that space, that is probably the best thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was another question from Yağmur Önay. Yağmur, would you like to ask yourself or would you like me to ask? Diyeceğim ama çocuk yazamayacak. Let me ask then, to save time. What was the biggest problem you encountered in the construction of this area?
The biggest problem was that we have, you know, that is probably in every country, you have to make public order when you are, for example, municipality, and you are ordering realization of one project. So in our country, it is a law that when there is public order made, the one with the lowest price gets the building of the object.
Mm-hmm.
So not the lowest price is of course not the problem. The problem is what are the, you know, references.
Mm-hmm.
How can this be built for such amount of money? And of course this was whole new technique. This was something very new here. So at the beginning we had, for very short time also, we had to stop the construction because of those problems. And the constructor then had to bring there was some guys from Spain that were then helping constructing it, because the whole part that you saw, the whole round oval parts, the last final layer is handmade. So they are, you know, they are like moving with hands on the concrete, that the cement milk is coming out, and it is really, really some very nice work of art. That's what we call this concrete poetry, you know. But you have to know how to do it. And of course, if you are ordinary constructor, you only count the amount of concrete that you need, and you forget all these fine tuning, you know. So for the fine tuning, they had then to contact some really good experts from Spain, and they were helping them, and then they also somehow were learning those guys here how to do it. This was the biggest problem, and there was also problem where to get the shotcrete technique. These machines, they got them from Vienna, because in Slovenia there weren't any at that time.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So, Ebruca.
Hello. Good evening. Thank you for your presentation.
Hello.
Were there any other traces besides these existing trees which should be kept on the site and formed your design? Because you mentioned that it was designed on site in situ. So
this was the construction in situ on site, you know. The construction of the concrete, this technique of molded concrete is called in situ technique, you know. And what is concerning the design, you see, because of here and here are existing trees, and this is the tree. Because of this tree, we made it narrower. Here was another tree, very nice walnut tree, but it was already a bit sick, so we had to remove it during the construction. And also, it is not so good for the skate park to have trees that leave a lot of leaves, because you know, in autumn then the draining system can be somehow very quick full because of the leaves.
So the nature was actually the only trace to be followed, right?
Trace to be followed, yes. We tried, if we now go back, you see this tree was removed. I don't know, do you see my pointer?
Yeah, we are seeing it.
Okay, this tree was removed, this tree is now here, and those trees are all here. So they also provide shadow on these benches that are new made. So this is the side shape, and the shape that goes here narrow in the middle is because of those existing tree funds.
Thank you.
Okay. So regarding the concrete, there's a question of one of my students that she's asking. Actually, we can ask this as a mother of as well. So when designing a skate park, concrete is used, of course, yes. But the ones that are learning it, or the ones, the smaller kids, the younger kids might have problems with concrete. So is there any other way of designing it with any other material?
Of course.
Okay, so
skate parks can be indoor or outdoor. For outdoor, the best solution is concrete, because it lasts the longer, and you don't have to put much effort into it, you know. You can make skate park from metal parts, you can make from the wood, but those are prefabricated elements that you put on, I don't know, on concrete or on asphalt, or whatever you want. But those kind of skate parks that have bowl like ours, for example, you cannot make in another material. I mean, of course you can, but it is very, very hard to maintain it, you know, when you have rain, when you have snow, and then you have skate park made out of wood. It is more likely used for interior skate parks. So from sustainability, this was the best solution, and it is also from the skating community, from the skaters. They like it the most. They like the most because it is the smoother. You don't have any you know, the dilatations on the surface that you have when you are having prefabricated wooden materials or wooden elements or metal elements, then you always have some, you know, not so flat elements that are flowing nicely one into another.
Yeah, the junctions of the material
Yes,
parts.
yes, exactly. Yes.
I mean, I'm not a skateboarder, but I was roller skating when I was young
Yes.
as well. So
Great.
I mean, concrete is always the best to
Yes.
move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but as far as I could understand, there is also a part for the beginners in front of that clubhouse.
Yes.
So that means that there is a place to learn first,
Yes,
and then
of course.
enter the faster tracks inside the park, as far as I can understand.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
It is on the area around the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the purpose why we made it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It is here.
Yeah, of course.
On all this part around the polygon is the best is to see the movie, you know. On the movie we can see the whole area.
Yeah.
This, I think, if we take a quick look, maybe. Ah, no, this is not the. This is the other one. Okay.
The faster one, yeah.
Yeah.
In front of the clubhouse, there were some small ramps actually to
yes
start with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is, I think, here we'll see. In this part, you see, this is the part of ground zero here around, and in this part they are having the beginner school.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go on this level and then deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Deeper and faster.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So another question comes from Ömer Ulusoy. Would you like to ask yourself, Ömer? Or not? Can you ask, please? Okay. A very nice result of this project. And was it planned to be so successful? I mean, did you already sense? I think that he's asking that. Did you already sense while designing that this was going to be a huge
success?
Success at the end, right? And what the parameters,
mm-hmm.
the features that you have chosen in order to make a big success? What would you say about that?
Of course, at the beginning, we didn't know how it will work, but already at the very beginning, we connected with our skater community. In our city, there is a skater that is also president of Slovenian Skater Association.
Mm-hmm.
He is also world referee in skateboarding and snowboarding. So we tried to connect with them as much as possible, try to understand their needs, their wishes. We made, I could say, a real research in this area. What kind of sport art is it? How it all started? What do they need? So it is, nothing is just coincidental.
Yeah.
All that we made has some sense. And of course, we didn't know as an architect all of those elements that are on the street, that are on the plaza, that are in a snake run. But those two also guys that our technicians, they helped a lot. They made the designs. You have to be careful of the distances between elements, that they can make trick, that they have, you see this bump here. This is for gaining additional speed. If you go here, and then that you don't have to step down from the skateboard, gain here additional speed, and you can then go further, and it all has some kind of sense and reason to be here.
Yeah, but maybe we can say that a participatory design process, so that you have had consultants in terms of understanding the whole story of a skate park was very important while designing. So we are always discussing it with our students as well, that actually the people who are going to use it, or the experts that have more information about them, I mean, we have to listen first, and then combine all the information that we have gathered to design. Okay. So
that was exactly what we made. Yes.
That is important. And in terms of this is a very specialized field. I mean, in order to understand what is happening, I mean, if I am going to watch the Tokyo Olympics with the skateboarding part, probably I won't understand where they get the points from, or where they are losing some points. But in order to understand it, first of all, I have to learn and like this gaining speed stuff, etc. So this is probably the key point, to understand first of all, and then turn it into a design.
And skateboarding is a specific thing, because it is not only a sport. It is the whole kind of living. It is how you dress, how they're not dressed like sportsmen.
Yes, exactly.
They're wearing jeans and t-shirts, not even functional t-shirts, ordinary, cotton t-shirts.
Yeah, and actually bigger ones that are actually floating all around.
Of course.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, this the design of the skateboard, the
way of living,
Yes, I know, yes.
And what is also very interesting, this skateboarding community, they are moving a lot around. For example, when we got this skate park, for skater community, it is normal that on weekend you go somewhere to skate. That means now they are coming really from everywhere in the region to Maribor. From Austria, from Croatia, from Hungary, they know where they have good skate parks, and they're on weekends always moving around and skating, So it really is an attraction point, this one.
Yes, that's for sure, as far as we could understand. Aylin Göknur would like to ask a question. Can we open her microphone up?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, actually, I have two questions. First of all, let me say I am working for Izmir municipality, and we have last year built a skate plaza last year. Maybe you heard about it. It's quite big. It's the biggest in Turkey, 4,000 square meters.
Wow.
We had a lot of problems and a lot of similarities with what you have experienced, actually. The biggest problem we didn't design it ourselves. We worked with an external architect. But before that, it took really a lot of hard work to prepare what we were going to ask for. So, as you say, it was really a participatory time. We met lots of skateboarders in the city, because it's also about we were building for them, and the skill level of who is going to use it is important. Maybe in Slovenia, there are more skillful skateboarders, or in Istanbul, but we were building it for Izmir people. So that's another important point. The biggest problem we had was there weren't any set standards in Turkey. So I was the one who asked the European standards. The thing is, I think in those standards, it's only what's given is the inclination, the slopes, etc. But as you said, the design is about knowing the actions. So what obstacle has to go close to what, so where you have to gain the speed, etc.
Yes.
So that was one of the biggest problems. So I'm wondering, as you said, first question is, you know, it's going to be an Olympic sports now.
Mhm.
Are these going to be, or are they already described, how these obstacles need to be set in relation to each other? So, you know, this obstacle to that obstacle, and the distance between should be that, etc. Are these already described?
Well, not very specific, but for example, between some elements, you have to have more than 2 meters or more than 3 meters, like this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
So
I'm sure if you are not a real skateboarder, you cannot design it. You have to have a technician that is helping an architect. This
Okay.
cannot, if you don't want to have some larpur artistic, you know, project that is not very good in use, then you have to have a real technician that is helping, because it is really very specific.
Okay.
You
The
have
other,
the freedom of designing, but you have to have the skater knowledge.
yes, exactly. The other thing is the other big difficulty we had was, you know, we had to work with public bidding and legislations, and you prepare the project, and then everybody comes in, gives the price, as you said, the lowest paying company gets it.
Yeah.
But in the end, this is a product construction about only simple concrete material.
Yeah.
But the success of the project is, as you said, how you finish it with your hand as a sculpture, actually. It's an urban sculpture.
Yes.
And you cannot really describe that quality in the writing of the documents. Is there a hint you can give us how you managed it? We were lucky. We found someone who was already a previous skateboarder, and then began to build them. So he knew what he was doing. But if we are to build a second park, I would still be afraid to go into it, because it may end up with a very poor quality concrete and finishing. And it cannot really be described in writing a document. So is there any hint you can give us?
I'm sorry. We tried to make as good descriptions of the technique and of the quality of concrete as it goes, you know. But you never know with this public bidding what you get. So then that was that fight of why we really closed the construction site for a couple of days, because we were in some kind of war with the constructor, so that he then really called some experts from the Spain, and that was that solved the project, the realization of this project. Actually,
I think you are talking about similar things.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mateja.
Thank you.
Okay, that's nice that we have 2 skate park designers tonight. That was also nice to hear from you, Aylin Göknur.
Thank you.
Okay, so the last question so far. Well, this is coming from Gamze Olcay. She's a student of mine, and actually she's in Graz right now.
Wow.
I have forgotten to mention in the beginning when I was introducing Mateja. Mateja is also has graduated from Graz Technical University with her with partner as well. Polona is also from Graz, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Gamze is there for Erasmus. Was there for Erasmus. So now she stayed there because of all the lockdowns and stuff, and she's working there right now. I mean, you are neighbors in terms of cities, let's say.
Very close.
Yeah. So she's asking, I mean, maybe you can ask yourself, Gamze, why am I talking? Yeah, Gamze. Açabildik mi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank
First
you.
of all, I would like you to ask, what is the innovative touch of this public area which makes park itself more unique comparing with the others in the Maribor context? I mean, beside of I scheme that in this park, it's skate park, but at the same time public place for everyone in the city. But beside of that, it can be also in the constructional way. What do you
Yes.
think that is innovative in this project?
What is really innovative is that it is the first skate park in Slovenia built with this shotcrete technique. So the skaters like it, everybody likes it, and it was something new for everybody, for the planners, for architects, for the constructors, and as we see it now, it is also very good in use. So that is unique. Unique is also that Maribor, you know, it is the second largest city in Slovenia, but for example, for your circumstances in Turkey, it wouldn't have been a city, you know. We have 100,000 inhabitants. It is the only skate park in Maribor. So right now, it was a big contribution because it is the only one, and in the wider area now is building another one in Slovenj. This is about 60 kilometers away from Maribor, also in Slovenia. And one is being built also on the seaside in Koper, that's about 200 kilometers away on the Adriatic coast.
Actually, probably with skateboarding entering the Olympics, or I mean, considered to be a branch of sport, that means that skate parks are going to raise in number as well. I mean, there will be a need for them more. I mean, in Izmir, there is a skate park being built. In Istanbul, the existing ones are tried to be improved, etc. So that means that we will be seeing many more skate park projects in the future, in the very near future, I think.
Yes,
okay.
For sure.
We have a student that was spent a year in Maribor with Erasmus.
Wow.
And
Hello.
He would like to say hi. Mikrofonunu açabilir miyiz Enes'in?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Firstly, I would like to thank you for presentation and for sharing your precious time with us. Actually, I don't have any question because I know well Maribor because I have many projects in city. I just want to say hello. I really miss Maribor, especially Pizzeria Verdi. It was very, it was very delicious. And that's it. I just want to say hello, and we are very happy to see here. But it's online. But never mind. We can see you. Okay. Thank you again.
That's nice.
Thank you very much.
So this is also nice to hear from you, Enes. That's why I wanted you to talk for yourself. That was brilliant. Okay. Elif Can Merdan has a question. Elif Can Merdan, can we open her microphone up? Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. We would like to see you as well.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. First of all, thank you for your beautiful and inspiring presentation. So my question is, when we look at this project, the skate park, I can see it has a long shape in terms of the settlements. So I wonder if there is any accessibility problems when it comes to walk across between two sides of the sites.
So
No.
is it working as a border? You're asking,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
No, it's not working as a border because you see here on this side is urban housing area, and on the other side also here is the creek between. The creek has here some crossings, some small bridges, and the better is to start. You see here is the public parking on that part. This is the northern part, and here is access from all this side. It does not have any border, you know, it does not have any fence. It is open public space. So all you have to cross is this part here. So you go around it. You can come also from this side here, from the west. You can come here from the street, from the parking, and also from all the housing area. So that means the only natural barrier is the creek, which has here a bridge, and here at the end of the skate park is also that facility.
I think Elifcan was also wondering about if the skate park itself was a problem to cross while people are skating there. But as far as I can understand, it's not a very busy line of walking, so you can go around it, and then it's all over already.
Yes,
right?
you can go around.
How long was it in terms of distance?
You know, all together, the whole sports area, that means this area inside, has 1,321 square meters.
Square meters. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the area of inside of the skate
So
park.
not very much to walk around.
No, it is very easy to walk around, and the skaters, they're also using it like this. 2 or 3 are skating, and they are standing here around and recording them, you know. They are always live streaming, recording on Facebook sites. For example, if you see Maribor Skatepark on Facebook page, they have so many recordings, so many nice pictures. They are really using it like this, you know, not only as sport, but also putting it on the media the whole time.
Okay. Well, we're coming at the end of our webinar, but last but not least, Arsal is here to ask maybe or say a few words.
Hello, Mateja. As every question is asked, I just wanted to say hello and thank you for the presentation. It was good to hear and see you after a long time.
Yes. Hello, Arsal.
and thanks for the ones who prepared for this event and made you to make this presentation for us. Thanks for everyone. I also don't have any questions, so by this occasion, I just wanted to say hello.
Well, the best.
Hello, Arsal. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The best thing would be, I mean, because of all that pandemic and the situation around the world, we couldn't do that. But it would be very nice to have you in person here, and then end this evening with a nice dinner, maybe, so that we could have much more time to spend together. But still, it was really a very, very big pleasure for us to have you here. It felt like you were here, but I hope we can have you in person as well with Polona,
yes.
so that we can meet you in person. I'm sure that if you were here and if this webinar would be a seminar, at the end of it, lots of people would stop you and ask you more and more questions in person. But right now we have to cope with the current situation. Mm-hmm. Again, it was beautiful, and all our participants, we are very thankful that you were here. Questions made it colorful, and the presentation was perfect. I would love to know how to skate board and then use that space, but I'm sure there would be some problems with it. Maybe my son can enjoy it at the end. So I would again thank you very much. If there is no one else who would like to ask anything or say something, I would like to end the session. And thank you again, Mateja, Katrasnik.
Thank you also. It was a very, very nice experience to see you, to hear you, to have the ability to present our project. Really, thank you very much.
Okay, so the ending part is the most difficult. No one wants to be the one who closes the session. And there are always thanking messages and stuff, and this ending the conference part is again the most difficult one. But let's say goodbye to everyone and have a nice evening. Okay,
have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.